I'm looking through my achievements, trying to figure out which one.
I think you kind of got a little bit ago.
Alright, let's do Oasis on Classic. Does that sound any better? Any different?
You are currently not cutting out, so
Take that as a win.
we'll see. It was going. It would be like it was like all or nothing before, so we'll see. Is this just standard game mode, basically?
Yeah. Need to complete it on Classic.
Right. Oh, is that a hole in one?
Was.
Nice. What the? Quack, on. Oh, okay.
Come on, Hella.
I'm already way above par.
I think I told you a couple weeks ago I was watching this show based off this book trilogy I just read. Nice.
What, show?
One of Us is Lying.
Okay.
A plus casting, but they
Okay.
changed a lot of the story.
Oh.
I know why they did some of it, and I guess part of it is also to, like, keep it fresh for people who already read the books, because it's kind of like a murder mystery, but I don't like that they changed it.
Yeah.
Like, I liked the story. That did not need to do a different story, but, I just finished season, so there's 3 books and 2 seasons. And so I was like, okay, maybe season 2 is following the second book, but no, it is not. And the end of season 1 deviated so much from the book that I'm like, what is happening?
It's
Where are all the characters? Season
how
2
do you do that?
was supposed to be like half a year later? Or a year later? It's supposed to be the next school year at the very least, and following like a different set of characters.
Hmm.
And it's not. It's still following the first set.
Oh.
Jace keeps trying to ask me about it. She's like, wait, so is this character in on it? Does this character have motivation? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what's happening anymore.
I'm like a little bit of a book purist, so I kind of get upset when it deviates too far from the book. So I was like, no, give me back the source material.
Yeah.
Like, I get why they do it. It's better to have a good TV show that's based off of it than just like a pure.
Yeah, I know, like, not everything can translate easily. Like, so in the book, you spend time getting to know each of the main characters. And so, like, you trust them, you get attached to them, and then it reveals, like, their motivation and why they could be a murder suspect. You're like, no, wait!
Okay.
No, it couldn't be you. I like you. And in the TV show, you don't get, like, the first-person narration of them, like, in their head.
Mm.
So they have to all start out suspicious. I don't like it.
Oh my
I'm like,
God.
no, not my Nate. Not my Bronwyn. They would never. I wonder
Aren't they coming out with like a... What were you gonna say?
Oh no, go ahead.
I said, I know they're doing something with the Percy Jackson series. I think it's like a TV show.
Yeah.
I wonder how it's gonna work, 'cause the movie was...
The movie's not good. I heard the show is much more faithful to the books.
Okay. I heard part of the problem was that the author didn't have a ton of input before,
Yeah.
and was like, hey, you're kind of not doing a good job. And they were like, we know better than you.
Yep.
And they refused his help.
Yep.
Which, he wrote the book the first time, so maybe he knows a thing or two about writing things. Maybe I'll have to watch it, see how they did it. I read the whole series when I was a wee young lad.
Yeah. I think I read this series one summer when I was home from college. But the thing is, I read all, 5 books in like 4 days?
Oh my God.
So I don't really remember what happened. I kind of binged and purged it.
That's fair.
I can remember like 2 things that happened.
I think only 2 things happened in the story, so all good there.
Okay, so the 2 things I remember is at one point, Percy was a guinea pig?
Yeah.
He was turned into a guinea pig? Or was it a hamster? No, I'm pretty sure it was a guinea pig.
Mm-hmm.
And at another point, he took this guy from Atlas, and then Annabeth took it from him, and the stress of it gave them matching white streaks in their hair.
That's really specific moments that you remembered.
Some things stick with me.
No, I get it, because it's always the weirdest things that you remember.
like in Kill a Mockingbird, the guy that had the soda in the paper bag, and everybody's like, "You're a drunk," and he gave some to the kid. He was like, "It's just Coke, it's just Coca-Cola."
I think To Kill a Mockingbird is sort of interesting in the in Americana, because it's kind of the first of the like classic works, you could say, that you read as a student, and I think that's just kind of interesting.
Yeah.
And since you have to analyze it at kind of like a high level, it has like a reputation because it's the first exposure to it. So people are like, oh, it's so hard to, such a difficult book. And so I was expecting like, okay, like Shakespeare, you know, you can barely read it kind of thing. But then I read it, I was like, this is kind of like a novel.
Yeah. I think it's just because you're in middle school and you don't quite know how to analyze books yet.
Yeah. And I get it. And then you get on to Shakespeare and you're like, I hate this. This is not possible.
Oh, I like Shakespeare. I loved Hamlet.
It's so much work though, you know? Because it's like, okay, there's like 2 components, you know? You can hear it and listen to how it flows, which I think works really well. But then you have to do extra work to understand what they're actually saying to get the plot.
Yeah.
and that can get a little annoying sometimes. But in my class, because I know a lot of classes will like assign it as reading, which I disagree with. In my class, we did it all as a play, so we would have people come up to the front and read the selections of it for the day, and then we would get like the historical context of why it meant things.
That's pretty cool.
It's good because loud hear the flow of it, you know?
Yeah.
And if you're reading it in like book form, it's like, okay, you can read it out loud, but
Hey. Hey, sis. I was considering doing like a YouTube video essay thing about the movie versus the book on Bullet Train. And I'm like, maybe I should just do it for like a bunch of things. Do One of Us Is Lying.
I think you could make a pretty interesting analysis on Handmaid's Tale. Not a movie, it's a show, but
Yeah, I haven't seen or read that one.
I have both seen and read the whole thing.
I heard it's really good. But a
Yeah.
little too real.
Oh god. Even more so. It's interesting because they start out like the first couple episodes, there's like 60 episodes or something crazy like that. This is a novel, by the way, so they really, when I saw it, I was like, what the?
Yeah.
What are they doing with all that time? It really was like just the novel, basically. And then towards like season 3, it really kind of took its own plot thing. And then I had already read the book by this point, but midway through, I realized that there's actually a second book by Margaret Atwood. And I was like, what the? And so I read it. I'm like, is this similar to the show? No. The second book was totally different, and it was really interesting. But the show wasn't unfaithful. Like, it didn't necessarily feel like things that wouldn't have happened in the Margaret Atwood novel. It just is more like things played out differently. And at some points, I'm like, okay, we're done. We're wrapping on up.
I wonder if there's a bias towards which one you experience first. You're more likely to enjoy that one more.
I don't know. I almost, as much as I hate J.K. Rowling, I almost like the movies better than the books for some of those. I think they did a pretty good job on them. Except they're so, like, there's no lighting. Please, give me some lights. That's a huge complaint I have about modern media, is that they just won't light things anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Cause like it's realism, it's nighttime. And I'm like, there's literally background music, okay? There's a full orchestra playing. I think we're fine. I think it's okay to add. You can indicate it's night while still having everything be perfectly visible.
I mean, have you seen Twilight?
I'm not.
The first movie, everything is blue. They thought they would
It's like that's
show that it's overcast by just putting a heavy blue filter over it.
Have you seen the Danny Gonzalez video for Lemonade Mouth?
Yeah.
It's like that the scene where they're taking out the lemonade vending machine and it's just a perfectly blue day. It's just basically turned grayscale to indicate it's overcast.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't notice that when I watched it like the first time, but when he pointed it out, I'm like, oh my god, they really just did that.
Um, I did take a clip from that video and made a TikTok of it in my Gabriella High School Musical outfit.
Mm.
It was the part where he was making fun of him for having like this huge basement with all the clubs in it.
Yeah,
He
and
was
the
like-
stairs in the basement.
Yeah, he's like, so this is the basement. You got your AV club, your chess club, your chorus club, the airplane hangar, shop class. Got the full band room. This room is just a club. Do you want some drugs?
Oh, we had a huge issue with the club that I was a part of in university. Um, so basically, what had happened was you have to go to the online booking system to book a room for your club, like a meeting space. Makes sense. So we had access to it, and we picked like this nice spot for the whole year. We reserve it for our meeting. Um, very visible, super easy to get to, great space. And then I was also working in the IT department, and they're like, oh yeah, by the way, the booking system is gonna be down for like a month because they broke it entirely. And I was like, okay, that's weird, but I mean, it's the summer, so we're not really booking rooms that much. Well, come the school year, we find out that all of our reservations have just disappeared.
Oh no.
And so we contacted them and we're like, where did our reservations go? And they're like, well, it's actually because you probably didn't have your reservations approved because you had to go through a process. You had to request them, and then they would get assigned to the space owner, and the space owner would approve them for you. And we're like, okay, we literally have this email that says, this has been approved. Here is the reservation number, and you have no more steps to take. And they were just like, oh well. And I was like, wait, you can't just say, oh well? And they had somebody else had booked the space because they had cleared us out of it. I guess when their database crashed and they broke it, they just completely deleted our reservation.
Nice.
And then it got really messy because all of the club events, so if you were going off campus for anything, you had to make a reservation in the off-campus meeting room, basically. It was just a room called off-campus. And so we had put in our trips ahead of time because there's like a lot of paperwork you have to do to get it approved, especially if you're traveling in the continental US and not nearby the school. And so we had done it with plenty of time, months in advance. And then like 20 days before our event, we're like, oh my god, they also deleted our off-campus event. So we had to basically submit a new one and say, look, we submitted it on time and filled out the paperwork. It was the fact that they deleted it, so you have to give us an extension. They're like, oh yeah, okay, whatever. It was so frustrating because there's
Sounds
already
like
so
it.
much paperwork.
As part of IT, were you not able to fix it yourself?
That university had 1,000 different IT departments.
Uh,
Um, each college basically had its own IT team for no reason at all. Um, and so this software was managed by its own team. Just the software had its own support team and phone number. And they were so bad at their jobs that they mangled it. That they just broke the software. They completely just wiped a bunch of stuff. And it took a month to get it back online.
have you seen the post about the guy that joined, I think it was like Comcast? He started there, and on his first day, he logged in, wrote like one line of code, had a huge sigh of relief, and then quit. He was like, this was easier than just getting them to come out and fix it at my house. This has been bothering me for so long.
That happens. The legends of that happening are more common than you think. There's a famous case of somebody who got a job at Apple of all places just to add the feature of automatically archiving um, finished boarding passes. So we just added it so it would just automatically take that away. Oh,
Gonna get hired just so I can add a headphone jack back in my phone.
um, they uh they emailed us in the middle of the semester and were like, "Hey, we're doing this new thing that you have to participate in, where you have to meet with a member of the club's department so they can have a check-in and see how your club is doing at being a club." And I was like, "Fine, I'll go do it. Um, wish me luck, everybody." And so I go in. I'm like, "Okay, I have a list of questions that for you." Um, and one of the questions was like, "Okay, what are some problems you have?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, we travel a lot as a club because we go do the things, and sometimes our members are a little bit misbehaving on the trips, and so just dealing with that can kind of be complicated." And she's like, "Oh yeah, I remember. You went to Germany and you had all the issues there." And I was like, "What the? This person was not in charge of our club, was not our club advisor or anything. Our club was so infamous around that office that she just knew about our club. They had just heard through the grapevine." And I was like, I don't like that anymore."
That's it's like the anime club at my college had a reputation. We used one of the film classrooms because it had like, theater seatings, nice big screen to watch stuff on.
Mhm.
And one of the film teachers walked in one night because I guess he had left something. And he comes in to find like 20 kids in half in costume in the dark watching some like horrendously violent show. And just like slowly backed out in class the next day. He was like, "I think they're a cult." I don't think I was in the anime club at that point, but I was friends with most of the members. So I was like, yeah, they're just kind of like that.
Um, come on, go in. Okay. Um, I ended up taking like 3 weeks off of class to travel for the club. Um, because I went on two back-to-back trips.
I
Uh,
recall.
and we had the second trip we did not have planned ahead of time. We like planned it about 25 days out, I think, which I don't quite recommend that because it was international travel, but we did it anyway because like we can't pass up this opportunity. Um, and so they were like, okay, you technically have passed the deadline, but we still want to try to make this work because it would be cool if you went. So we're filling out the paperwork, and they're like, okay, we want to call you just to get some things organized. When's a good time? I'm like, well, um, we're on a trip right now, but I can call you. So I call the clubs department, and they're like, okay, blah, blah, we're talking about funding and who's organizing things. And then the person's like, you're not on campus right now, right? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, how long? I'm like, oh, it's about a week, this trip. And she's like, okay, and isn't this other trip in like a week? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, are you gonna be okay in like classes? And I was like, I hope so.
Real
The trip ended up
reassuring.
being, yeah, I graduated, so um, I can't turn that trip down. That trip cost me out of pocket like $300, maybe
That's not bad.
$400. That's crazy. I'm like, I could. This is a deal of a lifetime. I'm never getting this again.
You
Well,
got
I guess
that
I had to pay
right.
college tuition, so no. Huh. I mean, going to Europe isn't like horribly expensive, I guess. Um, I was supposed to go to Spain and Portugal in high school.
Mhm.
That got canceled because of COVID. But
Mhm.
that trip was like $3,000 or something.
Yeah.
It was crazy. We actually had we bought trip insurance on that too, and so when they canceled it because of COVID, it they paid us out immediately for it.
That's good.
I think everybody got a refund minus a certain amount of money, unless you had trip insurance and you got the whole price.
Ah!
Not being able to jump kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I forgot how reliant I was on that.
Yeah. He's still rolling. He's still rolling. He's still rolling.
Oh, how do I go about this? Do I just full send this?
Yeah.
Nope.
Do you get ads for, what is it, like Purdue Global?
I don't usually get university ads, but I've seen things like that. When I do, it's usually like Southern New Hampshire or whatever. Weird like that.
I keep getting this one, and every time I'm like, are they really trying to pass themselves off as a real college now? Oh, no, wait, I'm thinking of PragerU, never mind. Every single time.
Yeah, because I was like, what do you mean a real college? Purdue is a regular school. It's just their like online course program of it. But like, I knew somebody who went to the regular classes.
Yeah, I'm thinking about.
Do you want to get a degree at Trump University?
No. A degree in how to lose all your money.
Yep.
I have student loans. I think I've got that covered.
Well, they're really strict about marking things like that in some parts of the United States. In Virginia, if you hear a radio ad for a university, at the end it will say certified to operate in Virginia by Chev. And so you can only advertise as a university if you are accredited as a university.
Good. That's how it should be.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think there's some things that, like, are clearly not a university and just have university in the name. Like, I know McDonald's operates a hamburger university. And they don't advertise it, I guess, but...
Is that like their scholarship program?
No, it's their, like, management training program.
I see.
It's in Chicago. But, like, they're not... Where do I go from here?
Up here.
Oh. Oh, okay. Just went right back to where I came from. But Trump University was not...
Yeah. See, like, there are plenty that's like, that's just the name. And it's very clear that they're not a university, but I feel like you'll get places that are trying to pass themselves off as a university when they are absolutely not accredited.
Mm. Also, I feel like Hamburger University teaches better skills than Trump University could. I mean, management's pretty useful.
Sure.
And it's not Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Although, do you remember that weird publicity stunt where Donald Trump pretended to work at a McDonald's for some reason?
No.
he
Ooh,
he pretended to work at a McDonald's.
Is he where that girl on TikTok got the idea to, like, clean bathrooms and restock shelves for free?
No, she's been doing it longer than Trump has.
Oh, he got it from her.
Yeah. He just looks... I'll have to send you some pictures of him doing it, but he just looks so frumpy.
Did you hear the news about Bubba?
No, what?
Did you hear any of that story?
No.
Oh! Alright, remind me, I will send you that after this. It was, I think, Jeffrey Epstein's brother sent Jeffrey an email about Trump.
Yeah, weren't they talking about how bad of a person Trump was?
Yeah, there's more to it than that.
Okay. Well, I know there was something like that, and a bunch of conservative pundits on social media were like, it's a good thing that Jeffrey Epstein didn't like Donald Trump. That means he's doing the right thing. And I'm like, no, No. Normally that would be a valid point, but this is different.
Oh, I did not notice King Fruit Loop over there. Oh, why are his eyes like that?
Oh,
Why are
ew.
his hands like... Huh.
Why did you point that out?